everyone, Sophia here. Welcome back to my Etsy shop, Frenchy and Tubby. I'm going to feature 7 items going into the shop tomorrow, Friday, November 21st at 5 p.m. 7 vintage items and 2 pieces of jewelry. One of them is an antique. Let me get started with, I think it's the coolest piggy bank I've ever seen. It is somewhat vintage, though the person who makes them still makes them today. So we are looking at Oink. Look at this guy. This is a vintage mold and a vintage, probably 1960s piggy bank, right? And I don't know if you remember having one. I used to have one. Mine was like the regular Japanese one, all pink with the little blue bow. Okay, I don't know what happened to it, to be honest. Plus, I've never been really good at putting money in it. This is a piggy bank that has been reissued, and the person who does them, his name is Tim Evans. His family, I believe they are in Indiana and also do markets, fairs, things like that in Ohio. His family has been in the mold, pottery mold business for over 80 years. So he's been working with the family for a very long time, since he was 9 years old. And then one day he decided to take some of the molds that his parents were making and selling and start painting them. And he's quite the artist. So he does a lot of favorite characters. A lot of them are supposed to be copyrighted. You know what I'm talking about? So he has the Mickey and the Minnie and all of that. I don't know what happened to those, but this is the one that I found. And what's special about it is that while they still make those, this particular shape, the Oink one, is been discontinued. So this is probably one of his earlier pieces. And what do we have here? We have a hand-painted big bird. And it is signed Tim right here and right at the bottom. Do you know how hard it is to find an original plug on one of those? By Tim Evans, right there. It is in perfect condition. I think it's the coolest thing. So the ones that he does now, I've seen on his Facebook page, and you can look for timbanks.com, I think is the website. He no longer does the copyrighted material, okay, for very good reason. But this one is already done. If you want Big Bird, or if you know somebody who loves Big Bird, look at this. So it's entirely hand painted, and he's really good at it. Look at that. This is not a guy who had a formal art education. But what I like most about this particular piggy bank, other than this loving, absolutely adorable face, you know I got a thing for pigs, right? Hence my logo. Look, it's got a peekaboo little butterfly on the other side. And if the butterfly are cartoony, you see them, they get like little eyes, and I think it's awesome. So Big Bird, I think, was introduced in '69. I think this is mid-70s, late 70s. But again, out of all of the piggy bank that he does, when you go on the website, this one is discontinued. He no longer makes this. So basically, he inherited all of the molds from his parents, and he continues to produce the piggy bank. But what he does now, other than doing the markets with regular characters on them, you know, like he'll draw a panda bear, whatever, he can make them to order. So you would order online and you would tell him, this is what I want on my piggy bank, and then he will draw it for you. And this might be one of those. So I don't know how old it is. It's probably, in my opinion, looking at it with a little bit of crazing here at the bottom, not a lot, okay? I think this is late 70s. Late 70s, early 80s. But look at this face. How can you not fall in love with this? So unlike a lot of those hand-painted ceramic pieces that you find at your local or Christmas market, for instance, he double fires them. So he fires the pottery, the ceramic pig, in the kiln, let it cool down, paints it, put a glaze over it, and double fires it. So what it means for you is that this particular design here will not go away. It won't fade, it won't peel, it won't chip. How cool is this? So if you have somebody who is about to have a baby, and they're doing a Sesame Street theme in the nursery, or if you have a grandson who's all about Big Bird, all right, you got to get this for Christmas, okay? Because you're not going to find another one like this. They're very unique. He makes them to order. There's a possibility. Now, don't quote me on this because I don't know anything about this guy. I just found out, okay? There's a possibility that he only made one. That was a custom made. There may just be one oink piggy bank with Big Bird on it. How unique. So you may have a really, really rare, it's rare, mommy. That's what my kid used to say when he had a Lego character. It's rare. It may be rare. I don't know. But I think it's super cool. Is it a male pig? Why am I checking? I don't know. It's got eyelashes. I think it's a girl, but if it was a girl, they would have put a little bow on it. It's the cutest little thing. I really like it. Okay. When I come back, something that I've been working on for a couple of weeks, and if you're on my Instagram, you already saw it. So, because I needed to, well, brag, I guess. Okay. Let me make sure I get all the thumbprints and whatnot out of the way. I am talking about, and you know I love those, music box. So, some of you probably recognize these. This is an Italian 1970s, could even be 60s, inlay music box. I have one. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you know that I have one. Mine has the Virgin Mary on it, and it was a gift to my mother for my birth. So it's 55 years old, and clearly from 1970. Same concept, lacquered music box, same size, but mine doesn't have the inlay, it just has a hand-painted picture on it. When I acquired this, the part here, the little winder, was completely stuck. And you know I enjoy repairing music boxes, and I dabble in clocks as well, because I don't know, I like gears, okay, I know. So anyway, I opened it, couldn't figure it out, and then eventually, you know what, let me find it. It's got to be somewhere on my desk. Hold on. Okay, I found it. So I had to disassemble the whole thing, pull out the music box, the whole Swiss movement out of it, and then I just pulled it apart. And what I found is that whoever had it in the past overwound it to the point, and I have never seen that before in a music box, they actually managed to break the spring from the main gear. So you can see a little bit of the spring right here and the rest of the spring that's in there. So no matter how much I oiled, how much I kind of like, you know, got into gear, it would not wind, and it was stuck because it was just basically not winding. So what I did, and that cost a little bit of money, I went online, and they are, you know, they are collectors for music boxes, and they are collector for Rouge music boxes. I did find the gear. I found the spring and I found the gear, and I was able to fix it for you. So the cost of the repair is going to be accounted into the cost of the box itself. If you go online, they go upwards to $150, those boxes. Okay, no, all right, we're not going to do that. But you want to hear it, right? Because I fixed it. So please don't overwhelm. 2, maybe 2.5. That's it. You don't need any more. So it supposedly plays Can't Help Falling in Love, Elvis Presley, and that came out in 69 too, I believe. No, 61. Alright, well that gives you an idea of how old this is. The box opens up here, and this is where you have your little mechanism, and let me open this properly, I don't want to break it. Okay, so this is the part that I replaced, and then everything has been cleaned and oiled. It's a really cool box. It is still a little, I gotta be honest, it's still a little finicky. This part right here, I gotta play with it. It doesn't go down and up on its own as much as I would want it to, but oh, it is. Okay, it's working. And then it locks. The lock was broken too. I fixed that. And it was just a matter of realigning it and realigning this part right here. It's a beautiful box. The inside is super clean. It's a jewelry box. And then underneath it says Rouge, Swiss movement, made in Italy. Entirely handmade, lacquered. Look at the inlay work on this. I didn't know they were that expensive. I mean, they really are. $150, $170. I've seen some for $200. She's in great condition. The feet are all accounted for. I'm missing a foot on mine, okay? And I said to myself, if I cannot fix this, guess what? I'm taking a foot and putting it on my music box. And then I'll take all the rest of the feet, remove this, and just make it like a flat box. But it works, okay? Beautiful. So, repaired by me. A Rouge Italian inlay music box. If by any chance it doesn't start, it's just this thing right here. You just got to, you know, play with it a little bit, but right now I'm not. Okay. I don't know, does it sound like the Elvis song? Unless it's another one that's named the same. Close. Reopen. I'm just doing the demo because I want to make sure that you see that it's working, right? Okay. And then lock. What happened here? Oh, I locked it. Okay, here we go. And then it locks. Okay. Inlay Italian music box. Some of you may have had one in your childhood and you want it back. Okay. But again, I had no idea it was that expensive and I had a good time. It was frustrating, but it's the good kind of frustration. So this I can trash now. Unless you want it, I don't know. I'll keep it, and then if you want it, you let me know. I'll put it in the box, okay? When I come back, porcelain. We live in Italy, we're going to Japan. Okay, so my next item is a part of history, okay? It really is. So, you know, after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the US took over control of Japan. It was at the time called occupied Japan. So all of the porcelain that was being made out of Japan originally was just like the Japanese stamps, then it was Nippon, then it was Japan, and then made in Japan. During that period of time, 1946 to 1952, all of the back stamps for anything made in Japan would say made in occupied Japan. And then after 52, I think it was December 1952, it went to made in Japan, okay? I here have a set of 4 absolutely adorable demi-tasses that are made in occupied Japan. So here's one. They are all the same. Look at the saucer. If you watch my teacup collection video, you know about the saucers that are more like soup bowls. Okay, so this is made in occupied Japan. Made in occupied Japan. The look of it is very Dresden-like. We have a contrasting band that is a pale blue, a cool blue to me. Almost looks like a seafoam, but it's not a full luster wear, okay? Not a full luster wear, but it's got beautiful little flowers on it and a gold accent. You see that? Okay, so I have 4. Here's 1. I can't stack them. Here's 2, nor should I. 2, 3, and 4. Made in occupied Japan. So we know, because they are made in occupied Japan, that these were made between 1946 and 1952. And they are a part of both American and Japanese history. I think they are absolutely darling. It's very good quality porcelain, and they have been used, okay? There is some, a little bit, fading on the gold. Very fine porcelain, of course, Japanese porcelain, and they are all stamped, made in occupied Japan. They are beautiful. I would absolutely keep those. They are delicate, they are historical, they're practical, they're beautiful. I mean, look at these. Aren't they nice? You gotta look at the pictures online, because I'm giving you close-ups. I don't know if I can, if my camera is gonna capture that. Let's look at a cup. And you wanna know if they're hand-painted or if they are transferware, right? So, because my vision is no bueno, I'm gonna go and look at it this way. Oh, guys, they hand painted. The outline is the transferware, and then they go at it and paint them. They are hand painted. Oh, okay, even better. I here have 4 demi-tasse made in occupied Japan, hand painted Dresden style coffee cups, demi-tasse cups. They are gorgeous. All right, listen, if you don't see them, if you don't see them in the shop on Friday, it's because I decided to keep them. All right, they are absolutely gorgeous. All right, when I come back, crystal. Okay, crystal. I'm hoping I'm going to show you this in the proper orientation to not upset anyone. This is a Star Spangled Banner by Lenox Crystal Paperweight. It was made in 2002. I already featured it in my Thrift With Me video. This is by Lenox, and this was right after September 11. And if you remember, a lot of those companies made a lot of patriotic themed items. I, for instance, upstairs have the Waterford version of the crystal flag. The only difference, and I have to be honest, I like the Lenox better. The only difference is that the Waterford one only sits flat. You cannot sit it standing. This one you can do both. So you can have it on a shelf like this, or you can use it as a true paperweight. It's got amazing movement to it. Look at this. Look at the drapery on this. It is really beautifully sculpted. You can see the wave right here. So it is signed Lenox right here, etched. And then there's also a partial sticker on the side that I debated as to whether I wanted to keep it or not. If you want to remove it, go ahead. It's beautiful, okay? Absolutely beautiful. So if you have somebody who's retiring from any of the services this year, perfect gift. If you have anyone who's currently in the service, or somebody who has served, whether military or law enforcement or EMT, anything for whom the American flag would be relevant to, a patriotic friend, doesn't matter. This is a beautiful gift. Absolute beautiful gift. And again, you can stand it on the shelf. So in one of those dark wood bookcases, you could really see the flag. Do I have something dark here? Oh, I'm never prepared. So if I put it against a black background, do you see it better? Ah, would you look at this? Now, of course, my fingers are in the way, but you get the idea, right? It's absolutely stunning. I really like this one better than the Waterford. Now, condition, perfect. no chip, no flea bite, barely a scratch. Really, really nice. At most, what you're gonna get is fingerprints from me. I'm gonna try to remove them, okay? But you know, it's crystal and it's got a lot of blanks. It's absolutely beautiful. So this is a great Christmas gift for somebody who was in the military and who appreciates this kind of stuff. Look at this movement. I can't get over the way they sculpted this. It's really beautiful. Okay, so that's the Lenox 2002. Now they only made it that year. After that, they moved on. Another piece of crystal. Holidays are coming. How about a Christmas vase? This is Holiday Pine by Mikasa. What's interesting is that Steuben made the exact same one, and I guess they borrowed the pattern from Steuben. This is Holiday Pine Gold, which they only made between 96 and 98. So only made it for 2 years. And it's gold because, you know, there's obviously a little gold rim here. So you're looking at a 6-inch crystal vase with a Christmas tree, a star, and then it's got like bubbles. I guess they could be ornaments flying around. There's 2 trees all together. It's a beautiful vase. It's small. It's Mikasa, Slovenia crystal. Super clear. No call out on it. It's in perfect condition. It's like brand new. I really, really like this now. This is nice because it's small, and it could be one of your favorite holiday add-on on a guest bedroom side table, for instance, right? Or you put it on a coffee table or by your manger, wherever. It's just beautiful. It's got so much cuts. You can also put in, if it fits, which I think it does, one of those little battery operated candles that flickers, and then you just drop it in there and imagine all of the light you're gonna get because of the cuts. It would look really neat. What if you can't get it out? All right, well, I don't know. I just got the idea popped in my head. I had to share. I think it's beautiful. It's a Christmas vase, crystal, Mikasa, quality crystal, really pretty. When I come back, another jewelry box, a tiny one. So this is another item that I have cleaned for you. It was this color when I got it, almost. So I don't know who makes this. I think it's Godinger or Godinger. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's from the 80s, and a lot of people had those, and they were engravable. So some people would go to the store and they would have, you know, names or initial put in. It's silver plated. It's a hinge trinket box. And the inside, look at how cool this is velvet. So grandma's pearls deserve a box like this. The cool thing about it is that the company understands that when you're polishing this, because it's silver plate, it's going to tarnish. You don't want the velvet to get dirty, so you can remove the velvet. It's in a little plastic basket here. Whoops. And you can go ahead and clean the whole thing. So I did polish it quite a bit for you. I didn't want to remove too much of the tarnish because I still wanted to show the Art Nouveau type relief in it. It's inexpensive, but it's a great jewelry box. So if you're purchasing a piece of jewelry from my shop, like maybe one of the 2 I'm going to showcase today, why not get this box, put the jewelry in it, close it, put a bow, and here you go. 2 gifts in one. I'm all for the 2 gifts in one. People appreciate that. They can keep the boxes, they can do other things with the container. This is really nice. And if you want to, you can go and get it engraved. Personally, I would not, but it's in perfect condition. The hinge is good. Sometimes those are kind of wobbly. This one is not. And here's the bottom. No sticker, no mark, nothing. I really think it was Godinger who did this. They were quite popular in the 80s. Okay. So, one more item before I move on to jewelry. This is also from Japan. You've seen those before, but maybe you don't know what they are. This is cobalt blue ceramic. The style is Kutani. There's different styles of Japanese pottery and ceramic. You have Kutani, Imari, Satsuma, different, based on the region where they come from. This comes from the region, the Kutani region of Japan. And look at the shine on this. You can see probably the mess on my, you probably can see the mess on my desk. Okay, so this, as opposed to Satsuma porcelain, for instance, is a high temperature ceramic. A Satsuma, which looks a little bit more porous and is a little bit thicker and is more like a pottery, is going to be a low temperature. We're talking about the firing in the kiln. This is a high temperature one. So it allows you to have a hard paste with a really, really glossy finish to it. It is gold, okay? It's gold paint added to it. This is not very old. It's from late 70s, early 80s. I'm going to tell you why. Because what happened is that as the price of gold and platinum went up in the late 80s, early 90s, they pretty much stopped producing those because they were costing too much. Let me give you a better close-up. So this is one of their recurring theme. It's the peacock, basically, with peonies, okay? And it's only on one side. It's a applique transferware with no painting over it, okay? Now, here's the interesting thing, and something I didn't know. You can find those pretty much all over the place. And this one is really from Japan. I'll prove it to you. It says at the bottom, and that's the mark for Meito, Japan. Okay. What I didn't know is that cobalt blue and gold was made by a lot of other companies. And we're talking not just Japanese, but we're talking all over the world. So what happened was they created a lot of those stickers, the transferwares, and they started selling them. So you would find vases like this, or plates, bowls, you name it, all sorts of ceramic ware, out of Greece with the pattern, this pattern, out of Germany with this pattern, out of Spain, out of Italy, out of France with this pattern. Because they would sell the transferware, but you would find the stamp from that company of origin, Germany, Italy, France, whatever. So when you find one and it's actually one from Japan, it is a big deal, okay? It's not super expensive because they really mass produce those, but it's very pretty and I really like it, okay? This is an urn style vase with the two handle. It's in absolute gorgeous condition. I have no loss of design, no chip, no gold tone loss. Look at the neck and the mouth, and there's a band right here. It's got a little bit of a raised feel. It's basically meant to look like cloisonné, but it's not cloisonné. It's Kutani style porcelain. So close up, we got peonies, a big rock, looks like a rock. We got a peafowl or a peacock right here. There's another one right here. Can you see it? And I think you can see the gold, right? So they never made those in silver because the silver would tarnish. They only made them in gold and platinum. And that is the reason why they stopped making them. Because by the time between the time they started making them and 30 years later, quadruple the price of gold. They couldn't afford to make them anymore. But there were still a lot of stickers, we call them stickers, but transfers out there that other countries started making them. But this one is an original from Japan. by Mato, Kutani style P4 vase. It's a nice decorative piece. Yeah, if you don't want a peacock, you know, I just put it this way. Now it looks Greek, right? I think it looks beautiful. Yeah, it's very detailed. Very detailed. I don't know, what do you think? I like it. Okay, when I come back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 pieces of jewelry. One is an antique. Alright, for jewelry I gotta do close-up. Let's talk Avon jewelry. I don't know, you heard Avon makes a lot of jewelry. But the cool thing about Avon is that because of the size of the company, they have partnered with a lot of jewelry maker. Kenneth J. Lane would be one of them. They partnered with Nina Ricci, for instance. These big brands would design specific pieces for Avon. This is a pendant, and I'm having it, I don't think you can see, but I'm actually having it held by a black thread. This is a pendant by Jose and Maria Barrera, and it's from the 90s. It's gold plated, and it's got Swarovski crystal. You can see it's a pendant. They had the earrings, and I think they had the bracelet as well. There's a cartouche right here that says Barrera for Avon. And let me see if I can give you a better close-up. Okay, how'd you like this? Isn't it cool? Now, this was meant to be worn on a chunky type chain. Snake, omega, rope type chain. That's why you have a thick bail. But you can wear it, and you know, if you have a smaller chain like this one, you can do that as well. I think it's beautiful. And again, it is bezel set Swarovski crystal. Okay. Now, Jose and Maria Barrera are interesting people. They're a couple. They started the jewelry, I think, in Austin, Texas, back in the 80s or 70s. And then they moved to New York. And they were kind of like okay with the jewelry back then. And then they moved to New York. And for some reason, once they hit New York, they went to a couple of fashion shows wearing their own pieces, and it boomed, exploded. So they wear a big name in the late 80s and early 1990s in the New York fashion industry. So of course Avon picked them up. They specialize in jewelry, to me, that looks very Native American, but not obviously ethnic, but more like Aztec, Incas type jewelry. Big, chunky necklaces, big pieces with big stones. It's heavy jewelry. That's their style. Check them out because they're still out there. Jose and Maria Barrera. So this is one of the pieces, and it is very collected. Avon, for some reason, is very hot right now, but on top of that, Avon made by other people is a big deal. So it's a teardrop. It's a chunk. It's big. Let me see if I move. So if I move mine out of here and I put this one on, okay, this is what it would look like. Oh, this is nice. What do you think? I think this is very pretty. I like it. All right, bigger close-ups. Barrera for Avon. Here's the back. Here's the side. Here's the front. Swarovski bezel set. All the stones are accounted for. Very pretty piece and a collector's item. Now the next one, I don't know how I'm going to showcase that. Let me see. Maybe if I pin it. All right. Here we go. You remember that one? Okay. You're looking at a Victorian brooch. Edwardian, Victorian, 1890 or so. I need to stand up so I can show it to you a little bit better. Okay, here we go. This is hand-painted porcelain. All right. And then this is gold paint. This actually is meant to be worn on a neck scarf. You remember in the Victorian time, ladies would have very high collars, right? So you would put that on the collar. So now how do we know it's Victorian? Other than the style. The back, let's look at the back. This is mounted on brass, and what you have here is a C clasp. You see that? Instead of a barrel closure. And the Victorian brooches have way thicker pins, a little bit longer, but definitely thicker than the regular pins. Why? Because fabrics were much thicker back then. Okay, so this is a crescent brooch from Victorian / Edwardian times, 1890. This is 130 something years old. Okay, gold paint. It may have been handmade. You know, ladies back then, that was their hobby. They would paint porcelain. So it's very likely that you would purchase a blank and then you would paint it. I don't know if I'm in focus. This is very nice. Why am I not keeping it? Well, because one, I can't keep everything. Okay, let's be honest. So how do you wear it though? You got to look at the orientation of where the pin is. Okay, you're supposed to wear it where the pin is at the highest, because if you wear it where the pin is low, what's going to happen is that your brooch is going to fall forward. So you actually wear it this way. You wear it like a smile, a happy smile. Isn't it absolutely darling? I think you can see better. My camera, for some reason today, has decided to focus on my eyes and not the object in front of its lens. So you wear this. Imagine you have like a high collar and maybe you have a scarf like this. Or you can wear it here if you want, or you can wear it here. But remember, if you wear it where the pin, if you wear it upside down, it's going to kind of fall forward. All right, antique. This is a real antique from Victorian time / Edwardian. It's in perfect condition. There's only a little bit of fading of the gold on the sides here. Nobody cares. It's, come on, 120 something years old. All right. So that's my 2 pieces of jewelry for this week. Tell me down below which ones are your favorite. I can tell you, and I'll say it again, if you don't see these in the shop tomorrow, it's because I've decided to keep them. I'm probably going to sell them, but my favorites are the Occupy Japan coffee cups, and absolutely love the Lennox flag. Absolutely love it. Okay, so you tell me down below which one is your favorite. All of these items, including the jewelry, will be in the shop tomorrow at 5 p.m. The link is right up here and down below. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Frenchy and Tubby, and I will see you in 2 weeks, because next week is Thanksgiving. I will not have an Etsy run on Thanksgiving. I want you to enjoy the holidays, and how about I enjoy the holidays? I will see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye!